If you're a new subscriber to this channel, if you're watching this review, you get a chance to win this. This is a DJI FPV drone that I paid $1,500 for with my own money. I'm also going to throw in 2 batteries, a controller, and the case. And you will win this for free, no shipping charge at all. You don't have to send me any money. So if anybody is imposing to be Drone Camps RC on my channel, making a comment saying you won this DJI FPV drone, they're lying. So don't reply to anybody, don't send any money online. It is a 100% free giveaway. This is gonna be shipped to your door by me. So one lucky subscriber in the next 100,000 subscribers will win a DJI FPV drone. Now, let's get back to the program. What's up guys, welcome to today's video. Good luck on that DJI FPV drone giveaway. Today we're gonna check out something that can make your life easier in the FPV hobby. Let's go ahead and unbox it and I'll show you what it is. 39 bucks, it will change the game. Okay, so you're looking at the new version of the HGLRC Thor Pro parallel balance charging board. This little device is awesome because it will let you charge 2 different types of batteries. It'll also do discharging as well, unlike the older version. So you get a little bit better value in this version of it. Aside from the board, you also get some cables in the box, and this is an XT60 that goes into the input portion right here. We're going to show you that in a second, and the balance lead right here. So this will balance charge your batteries. Now also in the box you do get some stickers and a quick start guide for the Thor 6 Pro. So chances are you have a charger or something like this and you're only charging say 1 to 2 batteries at a time. So the great thing about this is, especially if you're brand new to the hobby, this is awesome because it can expand the port and charge capability of your charger. So instead of charging 1 to 2 batteries at once, now I can charge up to 12 batteries if I had 2 of these boards running side by side, 1 on each port. And that's the way that works. They plug in like this. The XT60 goes here. You plug this into the port of your charger like this. You also plug in the balance lead here on this side, make sure that the positive and negative line up, and then you plug it into the port here. And you are ready to charge up to 6 batteries at once now on this single port. Now last year I reviewed the HGLRC Blacklight B6 Pro, and that one was different because it didn't have the discharge port on the end right there. So it looks something like this, but it did allow you to charge up to 6 batteries at once. Now what's cool about this is if I have say different connectors like an XT60 on this one, but it is a 4S850, I can combine it in the balanced charge, parallel charge here with the amp split up between the charge terminals. I can charge an XT30 battery that's the same size, 4S, and they're both 850s, but they also have different connectors. So now I can charge both of these on the same board at the same time, which is super nice. I can even add in something like a 1500 4S battery in there. If you're charging different types of batteries, say HV or Lipo, make sure that you don't mix up, say, charging a Lipo as an HV on this board with an HV battery, because you're probably going to damage your Lipo cells by doing that. Just be careful not to mix up your, say, standard Lipo and your HV Lipos. And on the back of this balance board, it's kind of cool because they do have everything listed here. As far as the specs goes, XT30, XT60 batteries, and it does have a max input current of 40 amp, which is pretty good. Most of us aren't charging 40 amp, right? But it has a balance current max of 2 amp per terminal here. So you also have 15 amp fuses here in case you have over voltage. It will blow this fuse instead of starting a fire, which is super great. So you can replace the fuses. You should be able to get those at like an auto supply store. It has a cell count support between 2 and 6S. You can't do 1S obviously because you have balance ports here that need to be plugged in, but we also have charge connector protection on here. Each XT30 and XT60 port has its own 15 amp automotive fuse. Yes, it will blow the fuse, like I said, with an LED short indicator. So if you see these LEDs light up, it means that you have a short somewhere on one of your cells. That's really important to know. I think the really cool thing about this parallel charging board is the fact that it does have a lithium battery discharger on here as well. So you only see one port here. It doesn't have a balance port. So if you're brand new to discharging, you don't need a balance port here. It will regulate it through this and discharge the entire voltage down to 3.8 volt. That's the standard for any type of discharge. If you're going to, say, store your batteries for a little while and you want to keep them safe in your house, always discharge them down per cell, you want to charge them down, discharge them down to 3.8 volt per cell. Very, very important that you do that. But also, you know, why is this one better than, say, one of those little tiny ones that you can get for just a few dollars? Well, if you hook this one up to your charger, it's going to be discharging through your charger. And in most case scenarios, you guys are using chargers that have built-in heat sinks or fans. So that way it has a little bit better cooling process than just leaving something like a little cap plugged in and an LED port to display how much is being discharged, because this battery is going to get hot if it doesn't have a way to be able to cool this whole entire process. So you don't really want to leave one of those little capped LED type of dischargers, say, alone for, say, 15 hours to do a total discharge on a battery. That's a really long time to leave it unattended. So I would prefer to do it a little faster on something like this that has a fan and cooling support. Now also we have to note that the battery balance and connector protection on here is nice because it also has the same type of fuse setup for self-resetting thermal fuses with every balance pin, with LED short indication as well on this side. So you have protection, voltage protection on both the terminals, the main terminals, and the balance ports. So to get a battery charging, it's actually pretty simple. It's pretty much the same way as plugging it into the ports on your charger. You just make sure that you have the negative and the positive lined up for the balance port here, and as well as putting in the XT60 here, just plugging that in. You'll see it show up on your charger. Select that port and you can just go ahead and start charging there. So I have it set to 2 amp right there, and I'm just going to do a quick little charge, and she is off and running. If I wanted to add another battery to that, obviously you're going to stop this and add another battery to that equation. And I also do have another 1050 over here, so we could stop that, and then we can just add this one right on the next port. Make sure we're lining these up with positive and negative. Go ahead and put that connector on there, put the XT60 here. Now we have two 6S 1050, and they will share the load, so you can actually crank up the load a little bit. Let's just put it up to about 4 amp there, just for funsies. And now what it does is it splits up the 4 amp to both of these terminals at once. So technically they're only charging at 2 amp per terminal. And if you're brand new to charging Lipos, I definitely suggest that you build a Lipo bunker out of center blocks and, say, something like 24-inch tile. You can get at Home Depot. Make yourself a little bunker somewhere close to a window in case you have a battery get hot and burst. You can open that window and let the smoke out of your house, or put it near some type of fan exhaust that goes out of your house, or even charge outside. I've had friends of mine blow up their, burn up their garages, so it's super, super important that you make sure that you charge somewhere where if you do have a fire, unlike the dining room table right here, that it is going to be safe and contained. Very, very important. Another tip for the new guys is I periodically walk by my charger. Every, say, 5-10 minutes, I walk back and I just put my hand on a battery, and you feel it. And if it feels like it's getting warm, it's probably a good idea to disconnect that battery and maybe cut the terminals off and put it in a bath of salt water and just get rid of that battery. If it starts to swell, that's telling you that that battery is coming to the end of its life. So something like this can definitely make your life easier, especially if you're just getting into the hobby. Take your time and learn about it. Watch the videos on these. I only gave you kind of some general information in this video about parallel balance charging, so take it with a grain of salt. Be very careful when you're using these boards, but I will tell you that when you do start using these, you're going to use them for forever. You're going to have handfuls of these around. They're just great to have around. I have a bunch of different types of them, and I've had good luck with these. So I think that the Thor series, it's doing great with the community. There's 5-star reviews on the Banggood website, and everybody seems to like these from HGLRC. So these are holding up as far as the test of time goes. The other one I've had now, the B6, I've had now for well over a year, and I'm still able to use that one. So great way to expand and speed up your total battery charge service. If you have like 10 batteries to charge and you need to get them all done at once, that's kind of a cool way to do that if you had 2 of these boards. But I'll put the links down below, guys, and you can check out this new Thor Pro series with a built-in discharger. I think it's really, really cool. Good luck on the giveaway, everybody. DJI FPV drone coming to 1 lucky subscriber coming up. Guys, click the subscribe button and the notification bell for when the new videos come out. I'm Justin Davis, guys. Take care. Happy FPV, and I'll see you on the next one.